Let's go ahead and jump ahead. I think we can do this. But this is big. This is something that took a lot of planning, so I'm really throwing a whopper jaw at this. I want to talk about an article. So remember, when we're talking about the fact that, I've told you, they're going to keep trying to blame the unvaccinated, right? It's the unvaccinated that are putting us all in hospitals. The unvaccinated that are causing these things to spread. Well, there's an article, and this was the one I was just about to reference anyway, that came out where that's exactly what they're saying. Here's what this article had to say. Fortune magazine, Georgetown medical professor and immunologist predicts there will be a fully vaccine-resistant COVID variant by the spring. Okay, fully vaccine-resistant. So he's right there with Geert Vanden Bossche, right? Okay, I think by March, April, or May, we will have a fully vaccine-resistant variant. There's simply no way, look at this, you can have such low rates of vaccination around the world with the virus ping-ponging between vaccinated and unvaccinated individuals. So there it is. It doesn't matter that we are going to see variants because it's the unvaccinated that are causing it. It's the exact opposite of what Geert Vanden Bossche is saying. But we now have evidence that this guy is full of it. There's a great study that just came out, and this is about who's actually carrying the variants, who's causing the variants. Take a look at this study. Increased risk of infection with SARS-CoV-2, beta, gamma, and delta variant compared to alpha variant in vaccinated individuals. Okay, this should be interesting. Looking at, who is carrying the variants. Here, we analyzed 28,578 sequenced SARS-CoV-2 samples from individuals with known immune status obtained through national community testing in the Netherlands from March to August 2021. All right, we find evidence for an increased risk of infection by the beta, the gamma, or the delta variants compared to the alpha variant after vaccination. So what that's saying is you have an increased risk of carrying one of the variants after you've been vaccinated than you do of carrying the alpha variant, the more mild variant that was not killing that many people. So it goes on to say this. In contrast to vaccine-induced immunity, no increased risk for reinfection with beta, gamma, or delta variants relative to alpha variant was found in individuals with infection-induced immunity. What's infection-induced immunity? That's natural immunity. That's where you got the memory cells that came up, that memory immunity, the acquired natural immunity. All those who have naturally acquired immunity in this study were not carrying delta or beta or what was the other one? Beta, delta, whatever it was, the other three. So it's only those that are vaccinated that are carrying and shedding and spreading these variants. And now we're hearing those flying are the ones carrying Omicron. It's not the unvaccinated. Well, why would that be? How is it we know that? Well, I actually did an example. I did an analogy for you guys almost 9 months ago using a football game plan analogy. Now, I'm going to do it again with a little bit more detail because so many of you have come up to me and said that really made it make sense. And since our audience is exploding and growing, really exponentially thanks to so much of your support, let me go ahead and do this with a little bit more detail. So let's take it over to the screen, shall we? All right, here we are. Now, here's what we're talking about. The innate immune system, the natural immune system you're born with, as Geert Vanden Bossche so clearly explained 2 weeks ago on the Highwire. You have non-specific antibodies. You were born, from the moment you're born, you have these innate antibodies that are non-specific. They say they have low affinity, meaning they don't specifically look for one type of virus. They look at all viruses and bacteria. They recognize little motifs that are similar amongst bacteria and viruses. So for some reason, the second your baby is born, they will recognize a pathogen that maybe only exists on the other side of the planet. This is how brilliant the design is. And so by having a non-specific antibody, think of it as a football game. This is our team, and this is all of this is 12 of the variants that are out there that we're talking about, including alpha, beta, delta, omicron. These other ones exist too. So we're up against this football team. This is what's out there. Now, when we began this thing, obviously alpha, that's what we called the Wuhan strain. Well, the Wuhan strain is the alpha right here. Hold on a second. Let me try that again. Boom. Here's the alpha, right? We all know this. This is what the vaccine is for. This is what we thought was circulating. It really was what was circulating in the beginning. Well, if alpha, which is the star quarterback, won the Heisman Trophy, huge, got picked up, has a multi-million-dollar deal, well, obviously alpha gets the ball. This entire team says, look out for alpha. Let's nail it. Boom, we got it. Alpha's out. We stop the play. But the beauty of the innate nonspecific antibodies is that they don't care if it's alpha. They don't care if somebody else gets it. So beta could get it. Beta gets the ball, tries to get through, boom. They come in from all sides. The nonspecific recognize anyone on that team. They could do a trick play. They could decide to run Kappa from here, toss the ball forward. He comes through. It doesn't matter. Boom. Kappa goes down because of nonspecific antibodies. Got it? Now here's the genius of our health committee and our health departments, what they decided to do. Let's have an experiment. Let's not let natural immunity win the day, because this, by the way, is how we've handled every variant, every virus since the dawn of man. This nonspecific innate immune system we have is why our species is still here. There has never been a virus that has overcome this brilliant innate immune system, not with all the mutations in the world. But hey, let's erase this innate immune system. Let's take this away from everyone on the planet. This will be a great experiment. So what did they do? They decided, let's change it out. Oh wait, I gotta do this differently. Hold on. How do I get rid of that? I gotta change over. This is what we did. So instead of having the non-specific, we've now turned everybody that we can, everybody that's been vaccinated, into the specific antibodies for alpha. Everyone on the planet is being vaccinated for alpha. Now remember, this is great. This is great if that's the Heisman Trophy winner, and we paid a lot of money for him. We know Alpha's going to get the ball. So if Alpha comes over, boom, this team is ready to go. They're designed to go after Alpha. We got it nailed. There's no way that person's ever going to get into the end zone, right? But you get where this is going. But what happens if the team over there decides, you know what? We've got so many people keyed on Alpha, we just can't get in the end zone, so let's go ahead and hand it to somebody else. Let's hand it to Delta. So Alpha tosses to Delta, Delta takes it, and whoa, it doesn't matter what Delta does, it doesn't even look like this team knows he's there. He's running all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Delta wins. That's your breakthrough case. That's when Delta started becoming the #1 virus in the United States of America and around the world. Delta started winning in every single football game there was, because this entire team given us by Tony Fauci, the WHO, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, taught us all to only look for alpha. Do you see where this is going? And so now comes Omicron. And they're saying, hey, let's give everybody another booster shot of alpha. That'll really do it. Really? Really, let's go ahead and give them a totally incorrect, last year's model, vaccine, and here comes Omicron. And what do they say? The 4 that were on the plane, those that are flying into California, no one touched it. He's running straight into the end zone. And now, when we look at a world, maybe it's Omicron. Maybe it's another one that becomes to be that variant, because it's not going to be Alpha. Alpha is the only thing that we took out. Alpha is no longer here. But we're about to have World War III brought upon us by every single other variant that's growing and becoming stronger and stronger, because this moronic football team is only looking for the one virus we know we don't have anymore. And this right here will be the end of us. This is where this is going. Everybody that's trying to give you a booster shot, this is that end. This is where that leads. You're getting a booster shot for an obsolete virus. Your child that once had an innate immune system could handle anything, you're bragging on Facebook, look, I just got my kid involved. He just got his booster shot. She just got her booster shot. All you did was set us up for this. Geert Vanden Bossche is telling us what needs to happen here. We need to release this pressure. We need to now decide, now that it's going to be Delta, then it's Delta. Fine, let's focus on Delta. The only way we focus is to get unfocused. We've got to get back to this. We've got to make sure that every one of our children, every one of you that is considering, do I, have to get vaccinated in order to hold on to my job? What if you hold on to your job, but we lose the war? You are so critical right here. Every single unvaccinated person right now in the world is the only ones. You're the only ones with remaining non-specific antibodies that can fight any single one of these. No matter what happens, no matter where we go, whoever gets the ball, boom, it ends right there. You're not going to carry it. These studies are showing us no one with natural immunity is going to let any of those variants through to spread to anybody. You heard it here first. You're going to hear it over and over again. Let it sink in. Get it to your friends. Get it to your family. Because the news owned by the morons and the Neanderthals of science will continue to try to lie to everybody. All right, let's get back to the Jackson Report.